So I'm gonna share some tips on how you can draw facial features easy, just with some simple circles and some simple lines. You can use them as guides to make it really easy. So here I'm starting with a circle, and then I'm drawing just eyelids and eyes and an iris, and I'm gonna do some shading as well. I didn't do that last time and it looked horrible, so I'm just gonna do a little bit more now to make it look a bit more realistic. And in the end I'm gonna do a small portrait just to kind of show you that it really works, this method. I gotta be honest, it's not something I do every time, but it definitely helps, and I try to do it, but I tend to get carried away, and I'm just eager to draw something, and I usually do it pretty fast. But sometimes I do it just to not forget about it, because it's so easy. It makes it a lot easier. I know a lot of beginner artists, they struggle to draw the eye and the nose and the lips and the ear. I mean, sometimes I struggle too. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, not at all. I'm still a beginner, and if you wanna if you wanna sharpen your drawing skills and get better, I would recommend trying this method. I don't really know why I'm drawing so small. It was the plan to draw bigger. I don't know if I subconsciously was thinking about filling out the whole page, but anyway, I apologize for that. We are soon done drawing the eye, and then we're gonna move on to the nose, and then we are going to draw the lips and the ear and finish off with a portrait. So now you can see I'm just erasing out the circle, and there we have an eye. So let's move on to the nose. I am drawing a circle first, and then a parenthesis, and then one more, and then just two curved lines. This is the nostrils. And then grab your eraser and just erase the circle, and you can move on to shading or defining the nose some more if you want to. But this is generally a pretty easy way to do it. It works every time. You can do it from every angle. For this video, I'm just gonna do a front angle, a front view, because that's the, the most common. So here I am curving the nose, and then I am going to draw the bridge. Is it the bridge? Yes, I think it's the bridge. Anyway, I'm gonna do a bit of shading. Like I said, I'm gonna do it a bit more realistic now, because I did a short here on YouTube, and it was just lines, no shading, and it looked horrible on the thumbnail, and no one is gonna watch the video if you can't see what it is, Yeah, so a bit more realistic, just shading. The nose tends to have a shade at the bottom. Yep, shade some more, shade. And then I'm gonna try to erase that line, because it looked really bad. It's too sharp. So, yep, there we go. And then just going back in, some more shading, get some values in. It looks pretty good, and we are done with the nose. So let's move on to the lips. I'm gonna first draw a V, and then a curved line, and then a straight line. And to determine the width of the lips, you just have two lines at the sides, and there is the width. And then I'm just gonna draw these nice lines. Yes, connect them all to the vertical lines. and then I'm just gonna have that upwards and erase unwanted lines, and then add some definition with shading. Oh my god, it's sometimes I hate to shade and sometimes I love it, because it really takes a lot of time, but it's at the same time it's pretty fun. You're having fun at 3 to 4 hours when you're drawing a realistic portrait, but when you're done you're like, okay, I don't want to draw anymore. It's you can go 2-3 days without drawing because you're kind of burned out. So just keep it simple. That's what I'm gonna do, at least for this video. I like to have highlights on the middle of the lower lip, and then some dark shading at the bottom. And then in the middle it's gonna be the darkest, and at the sides as well. Just make it a bit dark, some definition, some contrast. Just gonna do a bit more, and then I'm happy. Okay, so an air. First draw a C shape, and then you draw this shape. I don't know if that shape has a name, but anyway, there is another shape, and then you draw it right there. So there is an air. It's really, really simple, almost too simple. I don't think it's perfect at all, but we're gonna add some shading, and hopefully it's gonna add some depth and realism. At least inside the air, that's where you want the dark values to be. And also at the top, inside at the top, if you know what I mean. So just make the lines a bit darker. I think airs are pretty hard to draw. It's not easy. Nothing is easy really in drawing. But I try every day to draw something that I hate. I think it was Neil Adams. He said you need to draw things that you hate. Don't just draw what is easy for you or what comes naturally, but also the hard parts, the hard stuff that's gonna make you better. That's how it is, and that's how it always gonna be. So we are done with the air, and here is the portrait I was talking about. So I'm just gonna use all these methods and put it all together for a little drawing. So you can see I'm doing the eyes right now, and the nose and the lips. I'm using no reference. I'm just drawing from imagination. So if it looks horrible, that's why. So don't forget the shading. Shading is everything, man. It's so important. That's why I love drawing with a ballpoint pen. I'm doing it all the time at work because it's really easy to get the dark values, and it's easy to underdo values when you draw as a beginner. I still do it from time to time, not having dark enough values for the darkest part, like the hair and the eyes, and mid-tones for the face. But when you draw with a pen, you can't go wrong. Of course you can shade, but when you first try to make it dark, it's gonna get really dark, and then you're gonna see that your brain is gonna remember how dark a drawing should be, and when you go over to a pencil, you're gonna remember how dark you got the values with a pen, and it's gonna transfer over to that and make your drawings a lot better. And yep, Here is everything together. Thank you for watching.